Today we're talking about making a connection with your prospect. Hey, it's Tom Jacobs, TomJacobs.com. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't quite yet subscribed to the channel, I really hope that you do. That way you get notification every time one of these new videos goes live. Plus, check the comments below. There are a lot of playlists that I put together. Actually, not a lot. There's 3 playlists that I put together, and I would love for you to watch those on sales, customer service, and financing your business. So let's get right down into it today. Creating a connection with your audience so that you can get them to take an action. And whether that audience is an audience of one or it's an audience of many, telling your personal story is so vitally important, and that's what I want to focus on today. And I'm going to illustrate that with a story about a time in my career as a business owner that was not particularly very fun. This is a way to create more of a connection with a business owner, and I hope it creates a connection with you as well. So let's go through it. I started my personal training business in 2008, the height of the recession. Who starts a business in 2008, height of the recession? That's this one right here. So that was about 10 years ago. And actually this month, May, would represent the 10-year anniversary of that business if I still had it. But I sold it in 2017, and it is actually still going on today. So I'm really proud of the fact that I was able to stick it out for 9 years, and that business has been going on for 10 years now, 1 year without me, which is pretty awesome. But that first year of being in business was not fun at all. In fact, the first 6 months, I went through all of my cash because I had invested all of my own money, my 401k from 12 years of being in the corporate environment to start this business, and I expanded it way faster than I needed to. And I didn't understand all of the numbers that I need to be watching in my business to make sure that it was successful. And here I was about a year into the business, and I'm looking at my numbers for the week, and my coach was wanting me to, and I had a business coach, so that was the first smart thing that I did in the business, was to make sure that I had a business coach. But I wasn't always doing everything that she wanted me to do. Like, one of the things was doing a cash forecasting so that I could see if I was ever going to have a cash crunch. And in the business, what I used to do was sell large packages of 100 sessions or 50 sessions at a time, and all this cash would come in, and then over the next 6 months, 12 months, I would then fulfill those sessions, pay the trainers to fulfill those sessions. Well, the problem there is I would have the cash come in 1 month, and I'd have to hold on to it for 12 months, and I wasn't doing that. So near the end of that first 12 months, I was going broke. I was cash poor. I didn't have the cash in the business. And I remember sitting at my desk on a Sunday afternoon, and I'm looking at my numbers, and on that Friday, payroll and rent were due, the 2 largest expense of any business, and it was due on the same day. And I didn't have the money. And there was no way that I was going to get the money because I had already tapped out all of my lines of credit, my credit cards, everything was maxed out, and there was no way that I could make that payroll without a Hail Mary coming in. And it was at that moment, and I'm like literally sitting at my desk, and I'm crying, looking at my books, and I picked up my phone, and I had to make the hardest phone call of my life. And I had to call my dad. And I had to call my dad for help. And as an entrepreneur, it is so very difficult to ask people for help, especially, sometimes your parents as well. And I love my family, I love my dad, I love my mom very much. But we're not the type of the family that talks about finances or troubles and things like that. So it was very humbling for me to actually have to ask for help. And I had to ask for a loan of $10,000. And thankfully, my father gave me a loan. And I emphasized the word loan because it was a loan. And he gave me a 5-page document on the loan agreement that I needed to pay it back. He gave me a 6-month period of interest-free, but then the 8% interest would then start to kick in. I'm like, wow, thanks, Dad. That's a worse rate than the bank would give me. But it needed to get me over the hump. And it was that impetus of actually having to ask for help and putting my back against the wall that I went even further into the business and doubled down. And within 6 months, I was able to pay him back. So there's my story, like a little signature story where I'm making a better connection with entrepreneurs, showing my struggles as an entrepreneur. And I hope that gives you an illustration of how you can create a connection with your audience, whether it's with one person or with many people, so that you can create better connections with your prospects, sell more products, get people to take action, and ultimately help more people and put more money into your bank account. So keep watching these videos. I really appreciate it. And until next time, have a great day.